Everyone, we have some special guests here today. Dr. Bourff, our superintendent. We have Dr. Parker. We have Ron Mays from central office. We have Mark Millis. Who else? We have Karen Scalf. And any other central office. And Alicia Stewart, all right? I'm sorry. And Misty, all right? Our guests from central office. Our RHS administrative team, none of which were here in 1989. Mr. Spicer, all right, Mr. Hensley, Mrs. Etherington, Mrs. Polk-Meek, and who am I missing here? Mr. Thorne, all right, and Mr. Carr. I saw him, Frank, right back there. Okay, welcome. And then this is a fact that we looked up. In 1989 to 2014, in 1989, there were 105 teachers and 8 counselors at Richmond High School. Of those 105 teachers, there are 7 that are still at Richmond High School. And I believe Matt Holiva, I don't know if Matt's up here, Gary Weir, Marthea Christ is here. Where's Marthea? All right, Marthea's back here. Pat Shuck, Mrs. Shuck, and Mrs. Hansing, Mary Hansing, and Ray Wolpe was teaching back in 1989. All right, and Mrs. Sally Porter, is a counselor that was here in 1989. We were all actually about 15 years old back then teaching, right? All right, so we want to welcome those teachers who took the time to come down. Our students that are here today that are going to be taking items out of the time capsule once we pull it out. And I'd like for you to just step forward, all right, when I say your name. Maddie Kinyon, who's our student body president. Katie Mastores, who's our 12th grade class council president. Paige Hazelbaker, our 10th grade class council president. And then we have Chrissy Kramer and Tim Shroud, presidents of National Honor Society, and Dustin Swonder, the treasurer of National Honor Society. We have Mitchell Casiano, senior class vice president. We have David Sexton, student body vice president. And we have Nate Trawick, who is representing our athletic teams and athletes. So, what we're going to do first, and if ever it's a very small area over there, but Mr. Jeff Ingerman is going to do us the honor of taking the plaque off and pulling out the time capsule, and then he's going to have a few minutes probably to get that open. And it says, installed by Jeff Ingerman. This is Jeff. And Jeff was 15 when he installed it, right?
Right.
We were both 15. Okay. All right. Gene, do you what? Can we get a picture? Absolutely. Yeah. Go ahead and. That's a note. It was signed by Dennis Renshaw, who was the principal at that time. Mr. Renshaw, unfortunately, passed away last spring. But I do remember him. He was a wonderful, wonderful principal. But anyway, Mr. Ingerman and John Martin, who was our Buildings and Grounds director at that time. All right. Okay, we're going to let Mr. Ingerman do the honors of getting the capsule out, and he will get it open, and then we'll place it on the table for the students then to open it and see what's in it. Okay, all right. All right.
Give us a minute.
Oh, I think this might be a little bit easy.
Don't jinx us.
I know. While we're waiting on the opening, I'm going to read what was on the plaque that was placed next to it. This time capsule was placed and sealed on Monday, September the 11th, 1989, as part of a celebration of the 50th year of serving students in this building. This time capsule contains information and memorabilia of activities that commemorated the golden anniversary, as well as other artifacts of the first 50 years. The school first opened to students on Monday, September the 11th, 1939. It is requested that the capsule be opened on September 11th, 2014, and its contents be appropriately displayed. The principal of the school and the president of the student body shall appoint a committee to decide which items should be returned to the capsule after they have been displayed, what items should be added, and when the capsule should be resealed and reopened in the future. Now, I think all of you have heard the announcements. We are going to let all of our staff and our students in homeroom next Tuesday give Maddie Kinyon, who is our student body president, and I, we will then appoint a committee, but we are going to take all of the staff and students' input to see what goes back in the capsule, what needs to be added in the capsule, and when the capsule will be opened again. All right? So, at this time, we're going to move over to the table. Students, I'd like you behind the table, and we're going to see what's in this time capsule. Wait a minute, I know what that is. I was coaching the girls swim team in 1989, and this is the stylish swimming suit that the girls all wore, all right, when we competed. I can't believe that, oh my gosh.
First item's a swimsuit. Okay, somebody else
that's what it is. It's not even school colors, I'm not sure. Okay, what do we have here?
This is a Richmond's Red Hot Devils handkerchief.
Remember? Okay, all right. I think that was from athletics. Where's Nate? Okay.
It says back to MSA, which is for Market Square.
Okay, all right. Back to Market Square Arena. Up in 1985 and 1987, Richmond High School played in the state finals of the basketball tournament. And that is a replica of those two events.
Oh no. Okay, we have a Richmond t-shirt here, and it has a note card. It says, "The class of 1992 proudly presents this commemorative t-shirt for the time capsule in appreciation of a successful fundraiser and a great freshman year. Anna Jetmore, President. Joyce Graff, sponsor."
Oh gosh, yeah, Mrs. Graff was a Spanish teacher here, and Kate Jetmore was one of our students, very involved in Richmond High School.
I know, it's chock full of items.
This looks like a, is that a paperweight?
Very good, very good.
It's an RHS paperweight with, it has all the principles of RHS from 1939 to 1986.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Oh, that's really, that is cool. I'm not sure that fits, Nate. Okay.
All right. As a note, it says these Reebok shoes belong to the 16-year-old Amy Morgeson.
Oh my God.
Junior class president, 1989 to 1990. They represent one of the hottest shoes in our time.
And of note, that is the president of our school board, Linda Morgeson's daughter.
This appears to be another paperweight. And on the back of it, it says, "Competition gives meaning to success. Judy Wallace, class of 1966. In competition with art students under the direction of Helen Bird, designed the winning seal." And then it says a lot of other stuff, but that's the gist.
Okay, so that's from 1966. So we do have items in there that are...
This is a medal for the golden anniversary of the classes from 1939 to 1989.
And I think that was worn by the seniors that year, all right, when the seniors graduated as a 50th graduating class.
Here we have a tape recorder. Or it's a cassette tape, I suppose. Wow, what's that? The top 8 songs of 1989, taped by Anna Jetmore, sophomore class president.
Does it say what the songs are?
It does not appear to have a track list.
All right. Anybody have a
What's that
tape
card right
recorder? Tape recorder?
Snowball ticket.
Okay.
I know.
Someone.
We also have a snowball ticket from 1989, The Hazy Shade of Winter. Saturday, February 25th, 1989. 9 p.m. to 12 a.m. $12 per couple.
All right.
Yeah, someone next.
Paige, do you want to?
You can take it off the pens.
All the pens. Oh God, they're stuck to it. Here we have a couple of pins saying like driving drunk, don't drive drunk. Party for Special Olympics Club USA Tour. A Richmond High School pin. And then also a Victory of 1988, the George Bush for President pin.
All right.
Okay.
Switch it around.
Okay, this looks like a box of letters. I'm gonna open. Okay. A hair clipping. Whose hair that is, I'm not sure. A ticket to the Chicago Cubs versus Pittsburgh Pirates at Wrigley Field. Wednesday, June 28th, 1989. Health, Emily Fitzgerald. A pin. Our congratulations and best wishes go with this award. A Minnie Mouse piece of paper. A big red chewing gum. Fun slate, trick, make a face, lift to erase. Draw a funny face, turn upside down and draw another face. See how many different versions you can make. Made by Cracker Jack. This says memories. It's kind of like a keychain. This is a pin for Muncie Central Bearcats State Champs 1988. Yeah.
Throw that away.
Yeah, get that out.
They are in the North Central Conference, though, right? They're in the North Central Conference.
53rd National Conference, the Illinois 1989 Adlai Stevenson, a link in the chain of success. It's a pin. A bracelet for
This is also Emily Fitzgerald's, I'm not really sure what the bracelet's for, a letter, pretty long. I'll read the first couple sentences. Picture of my little brother, then a 12-year-old Tara and I. I just come home from tennis practice on May 18th. The student congress elections were that evening, and I only had 2 hours to get cleaned up and get all my campaign materials together. My mom had other ideas for part of my time. A birthday cake in camera awaited. That's the first paragraph, and it tells a picture, it tells a story and kind of paints a picture of what is in here. Yeah.
Do we know who wrote that, Maddie?
That was Emily.
Okay.
This is a letter to be opened by the senior class president on September 11th, 2014.
Yeah. Slide the mic over so
Maddie.
Katie can read that.
Well, I'm never good at opening envelopes, so give me a minute. I really am not at all. Okay.
Okay, this letter said it was to be opened by the senior class president.
Okay. Well, we have two pictures here. A family photo, 1988. And then it looks like a prom or dance picture also. And it says September 10th, 1989, senior class president of 2014. I have a very odd feeling writing this to you. When you read this, I will be 43 years old. So I wish that you are not ever alive. To tell you a little about, I'm so sorry. To tell you a little about one, my name is Andrew Scott McDowell. I am presently 18 years old. I was born in Rockford, Illinois in 1971. I have lived in Richmond since I was 2 years old. I am Episcopalian and attend St. Paul's Episcopal Church. Let's see. I hope to attend Notre Dame or Miami University in Oxford for college with a possible major in business administration or a minor in performing arts. I'm very active in the arts. I sing in church, concert choir at RHS, and the McDougal's Performing Ensemble, I believe. I have been in many plays and musicals, both at the high school and Civic Murray Theater. As shown in the yearbook found in the Capsule, I was the lead in this year's play. I'm a very dedicated student with a GPA of 3.97 and a class rank of 2 out of 503. I'm active in many clubs, including the National Honor Society president. Included, you will find a picture of me and my family and my prom date. There we go. And then we went out for 7 months, he adds. My dad's brother attends IU. My younger brother is a freshman here at RHS. My father is the president of Reed Hospital. And then I hope you have found this this rundown of my life interesting. I hope to have contact with you very shortly. If I didn't live in Richmond in 2014, I hope to call the school and get your name, telephone number, etc. Please also try to contact me. God bless and good luck, Andrew Scott McDowell. That's very nice.
It's really cool.
Sorry.
That came along with it.
This student at this time was in an accident and was killed. How many years ago? Yeah. So that is very precious, I'm sure, to his family. All right, and we'll be sure to notify them. All right.
And so this came with the letter also?
Yes, that came with it.
Okay, this was also in the envelope, September 11th, 1989, to the year 2014. This is
Andy's. It was Kevin. Oh, okay. Wrong story.
Andy's a doctor in Columbus, Ohio.
Okay, Andy is a doctor in Columbus, Ohio. It was his brother that passed away. All right, so this will be very good for Andy. Thank you. Wrong brother.
That's okay. Okay, this letter, it says to the year 2014. This is the 4th period class, Mr. Bourff's. We are supposed to be doing streak test. I could be reading this completely wrong. If I am, I'm sorry. But we decided this was easier. Here are a few facts. Bush is president. Gosh, it's hard to believe, but you aren't even born yet. Pretty weird, huh? Today is the 50th birthday of RHS, and we dressed in our favorite decade for the occasion. I, Jennifer Jill Bright, JJ, am dressed as a hippie. Allison Janelle Carter is not styling for the occasion, and neither is Lisa Jo Albertson. In case you were wondering, we have boyfriends. Allie is going out with Herman from Miami University, and I'm going out with Tommy York. Lisa doesn't want to comment. Well, it's time for lunch, so we got a jet. And then they all signed it with their names.
I just found a letter at the bottom of this box. It says, to Student Congress President. And there are two pictures that come along with it. Emily Fitzgerald and Joan Johnson, July 2nd at Harrigan's.
Anybody remember Harrigan's?
Emily and Edward, May 18th, 1989. The letter is written on Mickey and Company stationery. Okay. Dear Student Congress President, the Student Congress presidency is one of my biggest challenges in dealing with others. I love people but really get frustrated with them. The hardest part has been delegating responsibility instead of doing everything myself. Instead of letting people learn for themselves, I want to jump in with my ideas and my methods. So far, though, I am doing well. We have approximately 90 active members this year, the most ever under our new constitution. It's great to go down the halls and have so many people with so different personalities and backgrounds to talk to. The people you're able to meet in your school is the biggest perk to the job. And she says, leading leaders is a tough job. Remember to lead with actions, not titles. The reward of helping the community, bringing happiness to others, and challenging yourself more than makes up for the trials and tribulations. Good luck. Emily Fitzgerald, class of 90, Student Congress President, 1989 through 1990.
I think that was it for that package.
Someone else can go.
That was it. That was all contained within
All
that
right.
package.
Okay.
There's someone else.
Okay, here. We have many papers and books. More pens, Batman, I believe. Oh, All America City, 1987. Panoramic Photography Incorporated. Maybe. Okay. Here, you want to keep going while I get that out? Sorry.
Here we have the pamphlet of the Directory of Richmond Community Schools from 1988 to 1989. It says the Board of Trustees, Eugene Spicer, and then like Administration Building, Morrison Richard was the superintendent back then.
Okay. And Eugene Spicer is Mr. Spicer's brother, who was on the school board at that time. And they used to print these every year. Everyone that was a teacher or a staff member, they used to print a little directory of everyone's name and address. And of course, we quit doing that a long time ago.
All right, I'm going to step in front.
Here we go. Here's the panoramic. The graduating class, the 50th graduating class of Richmond High School. All right.
We can roll it up so it doesn't get
Use the paperweights.
Yeah.
That's what they're here for.
There we go. All right.
All right. All right, it says Richmond High School, Richmond, Indiana on the front.
Diploma cover.
And this says the 118th commencement of Richmond High School. Tune-in Center, Friday, June 2nd, 1989, 8 o'clock, Richmond, Indiana. And inside it lists people in the graduation ceremony. Reverend K. Eugene Spicer was president at the time. Mrs. Kathleen E. Burton was vice president. And the other booklet that came inside says Richmond High School 1989 Honors and Awards, Richmond, Indiana. And inside lists the students and staff in that ceremony.
You should show the drawing inside too.
Inside would be the Richmond Community Schools, the Board of School Trustees, and the faculty of Richmond High School confirmed this diploma on, and the name would be given. And those at the time, president and secretary and superintendent signed their names inside this
You guys
diploma.
just slide up a little bit because the kids will be walking to class. All right, we'll just go ahead. They'll wonder what we're doing.
Who's next? Who's next?
Oh, it's big something. So this is a Richmond Beast from the East pin. And this is a penny from 1989.
This is a TV guide, fall preview.
Do they make those anymore? I don't think so.
Very scholarly.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, just go ahead.
Oh, good.
The TV guy, yeah. Oh, there we go. There you go, Rachel.
Here's a Palladium item issue. The headline is Nifty 50. RHS gets ready to celebrate. Yeah, just gets ready to celebrate.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah.
All right, this is a Time magazine from September 11th, 1989. It's got "The Lonely War" as the headline. Jimmy Carter, yes, Jimmy Carter is back. So, it's kind of old. Did you just go?
Get some. This is a cherry Coke can from the 1980s. All right. That's a weird tab.
There's one in
Let me read this. It's a VHS of Take by Travis Bailey, class of 1991, and Fred Weigel, class of 1991. explanation. Fred Weigel and Travis Bailey went through our school today trying to get as many scenes of RHS as possible. The students could come dressed representing any time in the last 5 decades. As you can see, they enjoyed themselves. We did not get an opportunity to edit the tape because the time capsule will be sealed in a matter of minutes. We want to wish everyone good wishes from all of us here in the TV studio at RHS.
This is a letter saying to whoever should find this. I'm a 10th grader here at Richmond High School this year. It has been a great year and is getting better all the time. I am involved in student council, student congress, and I am the girls swim team manager. I just want to say that youth can make a difference. This is Stephanie Sherd from the class of 92. And then there's another letter to the freshman class president. Are they here?
We haven't elected one yet.
We don't have one. But this one says, this is Adam G. Forrest from 1989. As you open this in 2014, I would like you to tell my parents, James and Deborah Harlan, to look me up so that I could talk with you all. Current events here are better relations with USSR. Reds are out of Pinnett and others. Lots of luck, Adam.
This is from Adam Forrest, who is actually an attorney in town right now.
Should we take out several things
Yeah,
at a
take out
time?
some of the.
Okay. We're just going to take out several things at a time. The next junior class president.
Hold that mic close to you guys.
To the principal secretary from, not sure what that says. Secretary to the principal. I'm not sure of the name.
Oh my gosh. This is from Mr. Renshaw and his secretary at that time, Gloria Maurer, who was a long time secretary at Richmond High School. And like I said, Mr. Renshaw was one of my favorite principals. But basically, this just says that the school has gone under extensive renovation. They love their office. Richmond High School has a staff of over 200 people, teachers, administrators, counselors, librarians, secretaries, and aides. So they say a finer staff cannot be found. And I think that has continued for all 25 years. Richmond High School has a great staff and a great administration and a great school board and great central office, and we are so fortunate. So thank you. This is great.
Fashions typically worn by students, submitted by clothing classes. Okay.
Oh, these are the fashions of 1989. All right, girls, are we ready, guys?
Take notes. This is important.
I'm not sure they look that different, do they?
Oh, wow. Okay. They're kind of like paper dolls. Here's a men one.
Yeah, there we go. Notice the shorts, length of the shorts, girls? No.
Okay.
All right.
Somebody else wanna?
All right, this appears to be a little coin pouch. And inside are pictures assuming the owner of Anna Jetmore, 1988.
Oh.
A picture of Nicole Beaudrive and Anna Jetmore Homecoming 1988 modeling Red Devils Gone Gold sweatshirts. And then inside was a letter addressed from Anna Jetmore.
Okay.
Here is an envelope from Herf Jones. Important graduation information. Talking about class rings and cups. Okay. Katie, do you want to do some?
Okay, here we go. We're getting farther in the past. Thursday, September 7th, 1961. The first night of, the first night of night school. A balmy fall night. Someone Thornburg. Do we know? Amar Thornburg?
Omar.
I'm sorry. An employee of the World. Tension is high. Okay.
Okay,
What
anybody
next will be
remember
found?
1961, what might have been going on in the country? Students?
Cuba.
Where are my history students?
Cold War. 62.
Cuban Missile.
Yeah.
Okay, great, we got
There
one
we
back
go.
here. Cuban Missile Crisis was in
found.
1962, so, and who in history at that time did Americans feel was our enemy? Russia
Cuba.
and the communists, all right.
It's just a little pamphlet describing Richmond as well as Japanese studies at Earlham.
Right, and there was a partnership between Earlham and Richmond High School with Japan, and that is where that pamphlet is from.
We have a series of a bit more just pamphlets or informational papers. This one's from the Youth Intervention Program. This one is Adult Education, fall of 1989. And this one is describing the admission standards for freshmen at Indiana University Bloomington.
This is a register from May 30th, 1989. So I'm sure that's pretty interesting. It's the 78th volume. That's cool.
Is there any more stuff in the box? Yes. Go ahead.
Oh my goodness.
There's a lot of things in this box.
There's a yearbook.
I wondered if there'd be a,
Yeah. They give volume.
this is all my weddings. Yeah, all right.
Another yearbook.
Okay, we have another yearbook.
Here, I attended the first basketball game. This is RHS.
In Tiernan Center, right, in Tiernan Center.
November 16th, 1984.
Okay,
This is it says the Key Club of Richmond High School is placing this member pin in the 1989 50-year time capsule. The officers are listed on the back. This is the member pin right here. And the officers are, President is Bill Quigg, Vice President is Jeremy Howell, Secretary is Jenny Beach, Treasurer is Jim Peacock, and sponsor is Jim Murray.
I have a ticket for the Eastern Indian College Fair. The second pamphlet.
and you know, we're still having the college fair. IU East is hosting a college fair on Monday from 6 to 8 p.m. Students?
Another career-based education pamphlet. And this one is for Logos Richmond High School. Logos, I'm assuming, was the accelerated education program. And it's neat because we have Logo students currently up here, along with myself, who are in that program. So it's neat that program has continued.
This is a salute to the Richmond High School Band for being Indiana's #1 high school band from the state of Indiana.
Okay, in 1988, Richmond High School's band were the state champions of the state fair in 1988, that summer.
Okay, here is a Richmond Community Schools school calendar, Quality Through Caring, and there are pictures on the back as well of football, volleyball, art classes, and a Palladium item display. And something I think is really cool is Fitness and Femininity, 1972, 1973, 71, 70, 69, and see this 68. Okay, so this is a pamphlet supporting girls athletics.
Girls athletics just began. It was called Girls Athletic Association. Girls back in the 60s and up until Title IX in 1972, girls were not able to participate in sports. There were no sports teams by the Indiana High School Athletic Association. And so when Title IX passed in 1972, then we started adding girls athletic teams. But up until that point, Fitness and Femininity was a fundraiser for the Girls Athletic Association, led by Mary Liz Miller, who is a longtime physical education teacher within Richmond Community Schools. And she had famous athletes from around the country that would come and perform at these fundraising events. She would raise all of the money to help support the Girls Athletic Associations and the teams. And she was basically the person that got all of girls athletics started at Richmond High School. So that's very memorable for me because she was my phys ed teacher back then.
Then we have a photo of the whole RHS staff in 1989 and 1990.
All right.
Oh, good. This is a certificate celebrating Richmond's 50th anniversary. It's from the city of Richmond and the then mayor, Frank Walterman. It's saying, I hereby proclaim to celebrate the golden anniversary of Richmond High School in the City of Roses and invite all our citizens, especially all present and former teachers and students, to join in the celebration of this momentous occasion.
Here's a letter that says this is a used friendship bracelet. Friendships are important these days. Even the United States and the Soviet Union seem to have the beginning of a friendship. That friendship represents our hope for the future, and hope for the future is what the time capsule is all about. This is by Jessica Nussbaum, class of 1990, and then she taped her friendship bracelet to it.
Here we have a class schedule from 1989 to 90, the year. Classes ran from 8:05 to 3:11. I would be in favor of maybe adopting that. And it looks like we've added a lot of classes since then. I definitely am not seeing some of the key advanced classes in here, but
you're correct. And this was done on anybody guess? Mimeograph. It was probably typed on a typewriter. Okay. All right. It was not computerized back then.
And here as well we have a program for the Richmond High School Annual Academic Excellence Recognition Dinner at Elks Country Club. The quote says, "I'm not afraid of tomorrow, for I've seen yesterday and I love today."
We have the referral form, which includes talking, making noises, out of seat, horseplay, hats, improper dress, radios or tape players, not bringing materials, unfinished homework, writing notes to other students, student class, student in wrong locker, 2 or more tardies did not pick up pass. Punishments are assigned to timeout area for a certain amount of days, Saturday school. Yeah, rude, discourteous behavior, defiant attitude. Yeah, and the address then was 380 Whitewater Boulevard, Richmond, Indiana.
Yeah, right. And notice that it said students writing notes. There was no mention of texting, all right, or Twitter.
This seems to kind of be the old passbook that we have now. Student Handbook, 1989 to 1990. It has the calendar of important dates, directory. It shows the different student government classes and their officers. Let's see, book fees, lockers, accidents are here. Students should dress appropriately while attending classes at Richmond High School. There should be adequate coverage of the body. Any article of clothing or appearance that is extremely distracting should not be worn. No clothing with obscenity or feature in poor taste will be tolerated. Example of inappropriate dress: hats, non-prescription glasses, cut-off shorts, white mesh shirts, white undershirts, and short shorts. Students dressed inappropriately will be asked to change clothes or will be sent home to change clothes. So not that different.
Yeah. They were very short, I don't think, except on the basketball players.
We have, is that all?
It looks like that's about it.
All right.
More
Okay.
forms.
And one more yearbook.
Yes.
Let's thank our students. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. There we go. All right. Dr. Bourff, would you like to say anything as we close, or?
Well, I think we need to remember what a privilege it is to be here at this point in time to celebrate this. Not everybody gets to celebrate the 75th anniversary of the building. This building is a statement to the entire country, was a statement to the entire country in 1939, 1938. And it remains a very positive statement. I just took the class of '64 through this building. Dean Stevens and I were here last Saturday, and we had people near tears coming back in, remembering what they experienced, and pleased that we've preserved at least part of it as it was. So we're very privileged today, and I'm glad to be a part of it. I commend these students, and I wish you well in determining what goes into the next box for whenever you would deem it appropriate to open the next time capsule. Congratulations. Sure.
All right. Thank you all so much for being here. I just have to add to what Dr. Bourff said. I graduated from Richmond High School. I went to Newcastle to teach for a while, but my heart was always with Richmond High School. And as I've always said, I'm very grateful to Dr. Bourff for giving me the opportunity to live my dream. And my dream has always been to be the principal of Richmond High School. So I'm excited to be here today, and I want to thank all of you for coming. Thank you so much.
Thank you.